look, I'm a bit disappointed in the jovial nature of the debate. This is a very, very serious matter, and it's a point of difference between the government and the opposition on a key policy platform. And the government just said in the debate that Labor are trying to steal their policies and work out their own policies. Our policies are on the record, articulated on several occasions by both our leader Chris Minns and Shadow Treasurer Mookie. We won't be privatising any more assets, full stop. And the reason we're not doing it is because we've had a litany of historical failure of privatisation, exhibit A, B, C, D of this government for 12 years. And you could maybe understand it if you were privatising things that were subject to your own obsession with the private market when it's genuinely competitive. But seriously, electricity assets, monopoly assets, toll roads, and it's been an abject failure. Not only has it not resulted in benefits to the public, prices have gone up, the public's lost their asset, you've lost income from that asset, and you've lost control. And instead of winding it back and saying we won't do any more, you're actually leaving it on the table. And that's what this SO52 is about. That's what this SO52 is about. It's about finding out what your true intentions are so that we can go out there into the public during the election campaign and say, this is where the Labor Party stands and this is where the Liberal National Party stands. If you've got nothing to hide, if your agenda is to actually make good on your failures and not privatise anything anymore, then tell us and show us. It is unbelievable that you've not ruled out any further privatisation. And the SO52 goes to those discussions that may have been had in the background because we think the New South Wales public deserves a real choice. They've seen the failures of privatisation. And on top of that, on top of the failures of monopoly pricing, lack of competition, loss of asset, loss of income, and my colleague, the Honourable Mark Latham, pointed out to the market failure in generation, which has been conducive to oligopoly, price gouging on both the retail and the generation side. When you've sold the assets, what have you done? You've invested it in shonky overseas infrastructure, made overseas for a cheap sticker price, which has then come back, cracked trams, rail that didn't fit tunnels, too long for tracks, billions and billions in overcost and overruns. This is an indictment on this government's philosophy of privatisation, but also its mismanagement of the so-called asset recycling and putting that money back into dodgy infrastructure, which could have been made here locally for local manufacturing. So if you want to fight the election based on your philosophy of privatisation, well then tell us what you're going to do and respond to the SO52.